Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me at K Warner Studio. Today I have an unboxing, a Love from Lizi special edition card kit. This is the second special edition kit that Lizi has offered for sale, and this is a Thanksgiving kit to celebrate the American Thanksgiving that's in November, but also it's a fall kit, and this is called Happy Harvest. It has many fall-like colors, and I think you're going to be really happy with this. I took it out of the 12 by 12 resealable bag in an effort to keep the noise level down, but I wanted to explain why you have this resealable bag. The kits all come within a large plastic bag that is resealable, and the reason why is that Lizi wants to ensure the kits arrive to you without any damage and all the bits are kept together in one spot, that they don't come out of the box. If they get a hole or anything in the box, the hole would have to be big enough for the hole, in this case 12 by 12 packaging, to fall through the hole. But they're also great to put your leftover bits and pieces in as you're working. Keeps the kit all together. And sometimes you like, when you're done, you like to keep all your bits so that you can, keep them stored, all like things stored together. And anyway, that's why they're like that. All of the kits are shipped in that manner. So first off, we have this wonderful, exclusive Love from Lizi photopolymer stamp set that's made in England. Lizi designs these herself, and it's a really good quality product, and I want to show you how it stamps later. So I'm just going to set this aside, and you'll be amazed at how well this stamps right out of the package. You get a bit of sequins here. This is just a sample pack, so I want to show you here that they come in many different sizes, and there are chocolate brown, an orange, red, gold, different, you've got a cupped one, a heart in a mirror, and I'm just going to hold this up so you can have a look at the different things. The specialty shapes are hearts and little teeny tiny ones. Yeah, there's quite a few hearts in here. So it's orange, green, a chocolate or dark brown, red, and then gold. As I said, some of the sequins are cupped sequins and some of them are flat sequins. Now the trick is going to be to get these back in the bag. I have a few of Lizi's sequins because I've been purchasing the kits for quite some time. And I've also bought replenished in bags because, as I mentioned, this is a sample size. The full size has about 3 times as much in the bag. And she has really nice assortments that complement all of the kits. And then, as you'll notice, if you go to the site, there are just different ones that are not for kits. They're for you to use your imagination. As in with all Lizi's kits and other things that she offers for sale, the quality is really like nothing I've seen in a lot of different things, as well as the coordination. Some of these things I'm sure that you've never seen, like I haven't, and I've been doing things like this for a long time. So let's look at the pattern paper. These are all different shaped leaves with different colors. There's a couple different greens here. There's different shades of orange. There's some browns and greens, real pale yellows, more of an off-white color almost, and then you hear a real pale yellow-green, and this one is just really nice that it's all different shapes and all different colors. So this is a single side paper, and it's 6 by 6. Here you can see the modeling in the center, and there on the perimeter of the page there's a design. So this is in yellow and red and orange, and then when you turn it we have a green, and this design is exactly the same as the design that's around the perimeter, although in this green shade we see an awful lot of it, and it's beautiful. Here we have different shaped leaves, a few of them, and these are all different buttons and spools of thread. Burlap. It's a really nice, that it's very realistic. Oops, got two sheets there. So as I hope I mentioned, it's single-sided. Here we have a husk of corn or an ear of corn. If this was cut horizontally, you'd be able to tuck these strips of paper on your cards to add a nice touch. And these are scripted words, and I'll read them to you because they carry on within the kit. It's autumn, thankful, nature, together, seasonal, snuggle, colors, leaves, fantastic, blessings, simple life, love, harvest, only you, foliage, sweater, smiles, fall, gratitude, memories, crisp air, morning dew, wonderful, family, beautiful, and Thanksgiving. And if you see in the back, you can see they're just yellow on yellow. So it's just a suggestion of the words, but it's the same words that I just wrote to you, or that I just spoke. Here we have polka dots with a mottled effect as well. And then these are interesting. These are flowers made of leaves and burlap that's cut into the shape of a leaf. Then we have the spools of thread and buttons that I mentioned on the other side, or the other sheet. You can see the spool threads here, and then we have the various buttons. And then these are the words that I mentioned a few moments ago, but they're in more of, gosh, words are hard to find today. It'll come to me, you know, straight up and down, block letters. And here we have the same, these things here, with this multicolored polka dot paper. It's on an ivory backing. Just a repeat of that. So that's that. So let me count these pages. 1, 2, 12 sheets of 6 by 6. I'm going to do all the papers first. I think that might be easier. So here we have a craft, 8.5 by 11. So it's North American letter standard. It is embossed pinstriping, and you can see the lines here. That's just on the one side. On this side it's smooth. And then here we have, you can see that. You can put it this way, you might be able to see it better. Yeah, it's corrugated, and it is a green with a gold cast. So you can almost pick it up on the camera there when I move that, but it's really beautiful. And then on this side, it's smooth, but the indentations that are on this side, so the valleys, cause it to have a striping on this side. So hopefully you can see that. Yep, that picks it up. And then it's the green, but the gold, as you can pick it up here more along here, that's what you see on this. It's just beautiful. That would make wonderful additions to cards, home decor. Here we have a wonderful pearlescent paper, orange with golden orange kind of flecks, and that's double-sided. Wonderfully textured gold mirror. It is textured like a fine woven fabric, and you can see that. and that is single-sided. Very nice. And then we have a matte gold mirror. Very nice, and that is single-sided as well. And they are all 8.5 by 11. North American lettered standard sizes. So I'll put that off to the side. Here we have a 12 by 12 of cardstock stickers. So these are the images of the leaves and cut burlap to look like leaves. Right here. This outside perimeter of these is a frame. So you could certainly do a lot with that. This one here looks like a file folder tab. Find that white piece of paper. I might show you this better. How cute is that? You have your alphabet here. That's in block letters, and it is in uppercase, and then you have a lowercase. The uppercase is in block, the lowercase is really a lowercase. So here we have the spools of thread, and you can have a look at that. Then there's these are just like sentiment strips that peel up. You got an arrow here where you could stamp something here, as is this one here. You could stamp it, and that says, "My farmer's market fantastic find was." These are each individual stickers of pumpkins, tomatoes, and it looks like oranges. And we've got these arrows. This is a nice sentiment strip where you could stamp something in here. You can see that now. It's just a way to decorate a card or a tag. A placement, seating placement would be nice with some of these things on here. Now these are really cute. Look at this banner. That's all burlap. Looks exactly like the burlap paper that we said, with a larger, a wider weave maybe. Here are the stripes that I said if you cut a horizontal striping you could use that. What a nice one that is too. This version are like tickets, and they repeat the words, some of the words that I had read off to you. And then these ones here are borders of cherries, pumpkins, lots of peaches, flowers, those kinds of things. Then we have locational marker that you see on Google and things, and buttons, some more tags that you could use for the tops of paper, like file folders. And then we have different kinds of flags here on the bottom. Some are fish-tailed, some are to a point, and some have a blunt cut. And then finally, here we have some different triangles, and it exactly matches the paper. Next up is beautiful vellum, and these have the same leaves, or paper that were cut into leaves. Here we have the spools of thread and a button on this one here with the gold leaves. This is burlap, the paper that was in the kit that's cut and put around a button. That's the spool of thread. Here we have the buttons and spool of thread assortment. We have different leaves that come across here. These are the tickets. You could cut these out to have the borders. You could also cut this out to make different cards. Thanks a bunch is down here. And then this looks like leaves around the perimeter. And it kind of looks like a leaf pattern that's left. Then we have some tags which you could cut out. Or you can use these any way you like. And they're on a wooden background. And you have these round tags here. And then you have longer tags that are this way. This resembles an old file drawer name tag or contents tags. And then you have the burlap and everything back here. Everything is just so wonderfully coordinated. Lizzie's done a wonderful job. And then we have some more. We have Clover Farms, we have pumpkins and squash and split peas and carrots, corn, everything is all the way through here. So that's 12 by 12. So there should be 5 sheets of these. The same thing that was vellum is now here with a paper. And then these small wild daisies. We've got pansies and oranges. You can see this follows all the way through in this kit. Then we have tags that are behind the burlap. We've got corn and tomatoes, yams or sweet potatoes, carrots, eggs, potatoes, pears, cabbage, just wonderful, grapes even. And then these are labels. They look like labels from cans to me, and it brings up the same thing as we saw before. Sifted peas, the daisies, the carrots. You've got here we have some raspberries and pears, corn. It's just all the way through. It's a wonderful bright kit. And then with your cardstock stickers. And then finally we have some chipboard stickers. And if you've watched my Halloween 10 cards 1 kit, I certainly utilize these chipboard stickers quite a bit. I'm going to do 10 cards 1 kit with this too, so please stay tuned. So here we have some tags. I'll move these out of the way so that it gets the... We've got some tags, and these also have a hole in them, so you could put some burlap through, would look nice. These are the tops of the thread bobbins. You've got an assortment of leaves here, individual leaves, flourish, a button, a small leaf, a huge flourish. This is a tag that says autumn right across it. And these holes can come out. And then finally on this chipboard selection we have more leaves. Happy Thanksgiving, autumn, farm fresh. We've got the burlap again, the spools of thread. We've got directional. You know, they could be flags or just a tag on top of there. These here, this comes out and you have the 3 different frames, and that is a tractor, and this says fall, and here we have an assortment of leaves with the pumpkin. And then this is the also these come out, and then you have like a Polaroid frame right here that goes out like that. So there's lots you can do with these. And then I'm going to stamp out this wonderful stamp set. Oh, sorry, I forgot. We have these 3 leaf dies. So we have the 3 different shapes. This is a maple leaf. That's an aspen. I'm not sure what that is, but it's one of the longer ones that are in the graphics and the tags, as well as the paper. They were used in a lot of the flowers that were, leaves were shaped to make flowers with the spools or buttons in the center. And here's a sample sizing of sequins. There are cupped sequins and flat sequins, red, orange, green, gold, and there's chocolate brown in there. And this is just a sample, and there's different sizes. There's very small, and then the specialty shape in here are hearts. So hopefully you can see the hearts in there. So that's just a sampling. The full size, there's a lot more in the full size. And so I love her stamp sets. They are just great quality, and they stamp perfect the first time. They're real sticky, which is what you want. There we go. And we'll get that off. So I'll stamp a few things at a time. And then we have like a squash leaf. Some of the sayings or sentiments. So there's 4 images and there's 4 sentiments. From my home to yours is the one I'm putting on the front. Happy Thanksgiving, I'll put on the back. And then we have a pumpkin, a corn husk, and sweater weather and happy fall, y'all. And I'll put these on here. And just to let you know that this kit is available on Lizi's website, I will put a link below this video, and all of the information will be there. The stamp set is called Happy Harvest, and every one of these images that are on this in this stamp set are on the paper. Now I kind of smudged that myself, so I'll redo that when I move my hand. So this is sweater weather, upside down, but as you can see, it is just stamping wonderfully. Now let's see what this one says. Happy Thanksgiving. Perfect. Now I'm going to do the pumpkin, the ear of corn, or the husk of corn, depending on what they call it where you live, and this flower, which looks like a sunflower. So you could paint or color these, use different kinds of inks, colored pencils, distress crayons. Now this is just the first time that these have ever been used, and sometimes there are oils put on them, but as you can see, these are stamping well. I mean, some of this is absolutely operator error. So let's flip this over. So here we have the corn and the happy fall, y'all. Okay, then we're going to do this one here that says sweater weather. Here for the sunflower and the squash leaf or the pumpkin leaf. And then we have 2 sayings, Happy Thanksgiving and from my home to yours. So there you have it. It's a wonderful stamp set. They're great images. You can stamp them, get the kids to color them yourself, watercolor them, whatever your heart's desire. So thank you very much for joining me today. As you can see, this is a wonderful kit. There's so much in this kit. You're making fall and Thanksgiving cards. Make exactly what you like with good quality, well-coordinated items to craft with. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you appreciate this kit as much as I do, and I will be sure to put a link below in the Show More section. Goodbye.